One of the key understandings of ministry in the United Methodist Church is that we are all called by God to serve God's world, to serve the church, to be ministers. It's called the Priesthood of All Believers, and all of us are part of that. Our baptism calls us into ministry, into relationship with God, with each other, with God's world. Within that body of ministers and believers, some are set apart for ordained ministry. And in the United Methodist Church, we have two orders of ordained ministry. Elders, called the ministries of word, sacrament, order, and service. And deacons, called the ministries of word, service, justice, and compassion. The Order of Deacons was created 25 years ago this month. On April 24th, 1996, by action of the General Conference, the Order of Deacons in Full Connection, was created. I am proud to say I am an ordained deacon serving in full connection and serving this church. Deacons are called to all kinds of different ministries. Many of us serve in the local church. Many of us serve in the community. One of the important distinctions of the deacon is we're called to be a bridge connecting the church and the world. What it means to be a bridge is to be connected to both sides, to be connected to the church and connected to the community and to the world. For those of us serving in the church, you'll find deacons serving in ministries of music, education, youth ministries, sometimes administration, sometimes counseling. It's really important for us to understand that our calling isn't just to the local church, but also to be connected to the community. For those serving in the community, deacons are appointed to ministries in local agencies, secular agencies, sometimes nonprofits, sometimes places doing important social justice work, sometimes doing chaplaincy. Our own John Visitation, who was an associate pastor at our church, is now an ordained deacon serving as a hospice chaplain in Santa Cruz. For those deacons appointed to serve in the community, it's imperative that they also stay connected to the local church. And in fact, they all have what's called a secondary appointment so that they can be connected to the church. The important thing is that connection. We are called to bridge the church and the world, to serve as the bridge. I love being a deacon. I am honored and overjoyed to be part of a local church, and I am challenged to always remember that my call is beyond the local church, to also be in the community, to be advocating for justice and compassion, as well as word and service. All of us who are ordained, elders such as Pastor Kathy, Pastor John, Pastor Jeremy, and Rev Sam, and deacons such as me, and some of you may remember Pastor Katie Nolert. We are separate by order, but united by calling. United that we are called by God, just as you are, just as we all are, and that we are here serving together. We consider each other to be siblings in Christ and siblings in service, siblings in ministry. So, I know it gets a little wonky sometimes talking about orders of ministry and orders of ordained ministry. The important thing is we all are called by God. And I am so grateful to be part of a church, the United Methodist Church, that recognizes the difference in calling and has created these two separate orders to live out that calling. I'd love to answer more questions if you have them about the Order of Deacon. But for today, I'm just saying happy anniversary. I love being on this bridge, connecting church and world, serving God, serving you, serving God's creation. Happy anniversary.